Hey YouTube, today I'm going to be doing an interesting video. So I'm kind of going to be talking about the meta and the format we're about to be hitting into, because we're kind of going to be seeing a pretty interesting format, I'll be honest with you guys. So let me show you why. So here where we'll go over our first star is the Absolver. With this, it just brings out a lot of stun, and since it's also a pendulum, you can also bring in pendulum, so extra summons. So some notice with how you are able to run freedom right now. They will really be able to stun a lot of different decks. And then we even have other cards like Solemn Scolding and so on that can negate even more, which is it's just kind of saying like how we had gotten to the point that we had really seen some innovated, and now we can start stunning cards right with these free just showing you a little example of how counter traps can now stun almost any deck. Now we're getting into decks where they can now tech anything. Like we have Mistake Charges, which if you play this on, like an example would be Stellar Knight, play this on their Deneb. Their searching days are now kind of over since you just pounded their one team. We have this Underworld Squire here. You can actually use his effect on any tribute summon. It doesn't actually have to be Monarch, so he actually can let you tribute summon anything, which could be really relevant in the game later on with certain tributes, and if we can find some loops or stuff. We got the Psych Frame circuit here. Basically just with the fact that you can counter anything and just start negating stuff. We have Blazing Mirror Force. Again, this card almost helps with OTKs because it makes your opponent take that one little damage. The Storming Mirror Force, again, just stop the destruction. Again, Moon and Mirror Seal. You are going to be able to get over anything. We really have too much of a problem. We always have Moon and Mirror Seal to help us get over a monster in battle. So it's now always going to be relevant that you can get over a monster. Great Eagle. I'm just using Great Eagle as an example because all the Greatos are basically good examples, but Eagle is probably the most relevant since it's monsters effect and by battle. But again, you're going to be able to Snap Seal monsters. Fang Critias. Being able to summon a Mirror Force Dragon or Doom Virus Dragon is such a powerful play. It can really help out a lot of decks, giving them a easy power monster. And then we have the Claw Hermos. Hermos can actually help some of these type-based decks that need a little added support, because you just get rid of a dragon, summon out the red dragon, the red eyes thing. You basically have Dark Paladin attack boost at anything. Now with the XYZs, we have really seen it good with the Sartarap, Trick Clown, and even Goyle Defender, which can be used for Synchrones or XYZs insane plays, which just makes this game really getting relevant. Elder Entity Noden, I know he can be used for Synchrones, but he also can be used for XYZs, and just made to go in even greater plays. Now, F-Zero, this is actually something that if a deck can do multiple XYZs, they now have access to Big Eye, which is actually pretty crazy that a deck can summon a Big Eye and gain you right there because of that. And this guy has some protection effects, so that even makes him a lot more relevant at times. We have Utopia the Lightning. Utopia the Lightning, it's a Armades, and the fact that it can have 5,000 attack points, really it makes him good. Then we even have like Cyber Dragon Infinity. Cyber Dragon Infinity, we have been building so many decks and making sure our decks have access to summon him just because he's so powerful. Beatrix, again, is one of these cards that just have such a powerful effect that it's really let a lot of... so let's go right into the Synchron. So we got the freaking, we already covered Goyle and Noden, but Jet Synchron, again, just does so much for Synchrones, it's not even funny. Same with Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre had that negation, plus it's a level 3, so it kind of helps with Black Roads, as well. Jet just helps with being able to add in that extra level, plus he add Junk Synchron. So let's just go talk about a few anti-meta cards, which let's just add the kind of hero engine into here, because you can almost add the hero engine into anything. That's what I think makes it so powerful. So obviously we talk about Ghost Ogre, but Dark Claw again he negates so much and he stops so many decks. You have Denko Sekka, but if those counter Psalms really become relevant, Denko is going to become more relevant, because Denko just says you can't activate those counter traps. So if that's the case, we're going to see a rise in Denko at that point. And that is why I'm kind of saying, like, I'm not really too worried about the Performer Main, because if it really becomes so relevant, Denko is going to be in the main deck, and he's not too hard to get access to. You got the Lose One Turn. The Lose One Turn is going to stop a lot of decks that you get this card off. And then we even have the Blazeman and Samus. They can be just teched into so many. Now with the Pendulum base, we got the Pendulum Call, which it just makes your scale for the Magician Pendulums, which you can almost use this in actually any deck in most cases, and which means most decks now have access to go special summon any other monster from level 2 to 7. Wisdom Eye is just really good, because he puts himself back in the extra deck. He can he can get yourself your completed scale. He also can get one of those guys, there's effects, so you can immediately have their effects, which is great. Joker just searches out so many and had made the performance powers really relevant. Wavering Eyes again, it just speeds up your Pendulum deck. It gets them in the extra deck, and it gets you that ability to start really burning. Now again for the last one is Draco Slayer. Draco Slayer is kind of like Wisdom Eye's Magician. He just can speed up so many Pendulum decks, getting them out to the where they need to be turn 1, and even getting some extra pluses with certain cards like he does with Izalber and so forth. So with that, we get kind of covered how Yu-Gi-Oh had been a very innovative format, and we can see almost any deck. So thoughts, what do you guys think about this? Are you excited for a format like this? What kind of decks or builds will you try? So have yourselves a great day. See you guys again. Bye.